All right, so now we got the sample vessel filled up with water. Once we confirm that this sample vessel is filled up with water, then we can go ahead and install our sensors. These sensors come in 2 small brown boxes. Whatever you do, do not misplace these sensors and just make sure you put them in a safe place. Again, these sensors should not be installed until towards the very end of the installation process. And again, you don't want to install them until you make sure the sample vessel can be filled up with water. All right, we went ahead and got the pump primed up. We got the sample vessel filled up with water. Inside these boxes, we have our pH sensor and our ORP sensor. Our pH sensor is your PRO15-24. Your ORP sensor is your PRO25-24. Inside these boxes, we have these sensors. These are your sensors. All right, on the sensors themselves, it's going to say PRO25, that's your ORP. PRO15, that's your pH. The sensor is actually labeled with which type of sensor the sensor actually is. On top of that, we have our plugs. Our plugs have a color-coded as well as a written out label on the insulated cover that goes over the connector. So this is our pH probe, this is our ORP probe. As you can see, they come with these gray caps. It's important to keep these gray caps in case you do have to winterize your system. You're going to want to take these sensors out for a system that gets winterized and is potentially an area with freezing temperatures. You're going to want to make sure when you take these sensors out that you put water back in these caps, and you also go ahead and put them in a location that is above freezing. It will stay above freezing. There's no chance that water inside these caps can freeze. It's very important to note that these sensors cannot remain dry for more than 20 minutes at a time. These sensors come with these caps that have the liquid solution inside of them to keep them calibrated, to keep them functioning. So it's, again, very important to make sure, whether if it's at installation or down the road servicing wise, it's very important to make sure that these sensors do not remain dry for an extended period of time. 20 minutes max. All right, it's very, very critical that you make sure these sensors do not remain dry. Again, these caps, keep them. As you can see here on the side of the control unit, there are these yellow caps. These yellow caps come with the controller as well. Just like with these gray caps, these yellow caps that cover the actual connection on the side, do not throw them away. If you do have to winterize your system and take these sensors to a warm place, and this controller is going to stay mounted here, you want to make sure that these yellow covers go back onto those terminals, because if they don't, if there's any electrical interference in the room, it could potentially damage the board by not having those yellow insulated covers over those connectors. They are very temperamental, very sensitive. You want to make sure that these caps are on these terminals when these probes are not plugged in. Every controller will come with these caps installed on them. But just like these winterization caps, these yellow caps, do not throw them away. Put them in a safe location, whether they're on top of the actual controller or in the guard office, your office, etc. You want to make sure that these caps do not wander off or go missing, because you will need them at some point or another. All right, so we've taken the gray caps that come with these probes off. As you can see here, there is water inside to keep those probes nice and moist, to keep them calibrated while they're in the packaging. All right, we went and took the old Teflon off and put fresh Teflon on. When you take that cap off, these sensors do have Teflon on the threads. It's very important to take that old Teflon off and reapply 2 to 3 wraps of Teflon around the threads of each one of these sensors. All right, we're going to now we're going to pop these little covers off. I usually put these yellow covers in the little gray winterization caps, so I know they're in there. So I know when I go take these sensors off that I got to put these back on. All right, we're going to go now. We're going to put our pH sensor. I usually put the pH sensor on the left, ORP sensor on the right, because that works with the flow of where we plug these in at based on the color-coded rings around these terminals. All right, we're going to go put the pH probe in on the left, and we're going to twist it. Never use a tool. Like I said before, always hand tighten. All right, if you use a tool and over tighten, there's a chance you may crack this sample vessel. All right, so we're going to tighten that in, get it nice and snug. All right, I try to get it to where the label's facing outwards. All right, again, if we have to come back afterwards, once we fire this up and get water flowing through here and we notice that there's a leak, we'll go ahead and retighten. Now we're going to put our ORP sensor in, tighten that baby down. Now, one thing to note, with this standard vessel, it does sit off of the backboard pretty far. With our Pro package, with the acrylic block, you really can't get your hand back in there. One thing you can do, there are 2 screws on that acrylic block that you can actually take that acrylic block off very easily, so you can hand tighten these in. I don't like using channel locks on these probes because it will eat these probes up. You'll see the marks, it'll scratch them up. And again, I try to stay away from using channel locks or any tools when installing these. Best thing to do is to hand tighten. And again, it's best to under tighten and then fire it up, see if you have to tighten it more, versus burying these things and potentially cracking the actual sample vessel. Okay, now that we've done this, all right, we're going to look at the terminals, the actual covers on the plugs. All right, your pH plug is white. It says it right there on the insulated cover. Your ORP is black. Okay, so pH is white, ORP is black. On these connectors on the side, there is actually two color-coded rings. There's a white ring and there's a black ring. All right, what we got to do is match white with white, black with black. We know white is pH, so we're going to take this little insulated cover off to where we can see the plug. There's little grooves here. There's little pins to where we have to line these pins up, lock this in place, and then slide this cover on. We'll get a closer up video of that process so you can see it closer up. But here we have our ORP. We know this is black. The black ring's right there where that terminal is. Again, we're going to pull this back, line it up with the groove, and then we're going to latch it in place, and we're going to slide that cover on. Just like I mentioned with those yellow caps on those terminals, these covers do the same exact thing. They insulate these terminals. They protect them from stray current. It's very important to make sure that once you plug these in, you don't leave these hanging like this. We come across that a lot, and that can cause damage to the board over time. It's important to make sure that these covers are slid fully over the actual plug itself to where it's going to help insulate those terminals and protect the control unit from any potential damage.